How has my relationship of being a student evolved? Well, first of all, I enjoy being a student, and I don't want to not be a student, so that's already how it's evolved. Originally, I was a student, and I want to be a master. And I was a student, so I become a master. It's that like anxiety to arrive somewhere. Now I don't care to arrive anywhere. I just love to learn. I love the knowledge. I just love the knowledge. I don't want to arrive anywhere, or at least compared to before, I'm 100% better, but maybe I can still perfect myself in regards to this. I'm also humbled. I've been humbled also, but I'm humble. I feel humbled. It's like when you begin a path, you don't know what you're getting into. So you have your imagination, and your imagination, you're a superhero, and you'll do it in a week. And as you begin, and your illusions start to break apart, and you're now confronted with the path, and you see it, and you start to walk it, and you feel it, and then you're like, holy fucking shit, right? And this is, you can barely see a mile in front of you, and you're like, holy fucking shit. And as your vision starts to expand, now you can see 3 miles, so your holy fucking shit just expands. And then when you can see like to the horizon, you're like melting. And at some point, when you start to get strong and you understand the flow, you just really love the fact that it's infinite, ever expanding, and you're not interested in an end. You're in the flow. So that's how I evolved as a student. And you also, you don't see yourself, people see me as a teacher. Obviously, somehow I am a teacher. Well, when I'm with myself, I'm not a teacher. When I'm alone with myself, I'm a student. When I'm alone with myself, I don't think I know anything. I'm always looking towards everything I don't know, because that's what interests me. And if I didn't have to teach, in a way I would be happy. It's not I need to teach or I want to teach. I feel it's a duty to teach. I do my duty, it's good. And it's part of my schooling. For me to teach is part of my learning. So I'm teaching as a student. But if I didn't teach, I couldn't care less. I'm interested in learning. So that's also evolved. When I was younger, I was very eager and zealous, and I had a big mouth, and I needed to preach, and you're dumb. It's not fair to say you're ignorant. You may have a good heart and the heart of the right place, but you're so ignorant. And if you have mentors, they use you at that phase because you're like zealous, and you're gonna like do things that a more mature person wouldn't do, because who would do that, right? But that's how we can say I've evolved as a student. Yeah, it's like my love for the game is more refined. So I don't drink wine, so I don't know the difference between a cheap wine and a good wine. But I can understand. I'm a medicine man, so I understand when something is well brewed. So beginner student is like a cheap wine. It's like barely fermented. And an older wine is like mature. Everything is like nicely. So that's how a mature student feels like.